Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, touch our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. When you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then back down to touch our toes. And let's go high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy-toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. And then back down to touch your toes. And now let's stand up straight. And we'll do some rotations, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And now we'll do some stretches. Let's do 5 to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And now let's have a shake. Arms and legs. Shake it out. And to finish, we'll do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now we've reached the end of our section when we've been studying about plants. So what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're going to review some of the things that we've learned. So the first thing we'll do is we'll write on the board plants. And we spell plants P-L-A-N-T-S. And because today is a review lesson, we'll write the word review too. R-E-V-I-E-W. Excellent, guys. So all together, plants, review. Yes. And what we'll do to begin is we'll think about some of the things that we've learned about. And one of the most important things we learned was the different parts of plants. So can anybody remember some of the different parts of the plants? For example, who can remember the part of the plant that anchors the plant into the ground? Roots. Excellent. They were the roots. Usually the parts of the plant we don't see because they're underground. So let's write the word roots. R-O-O-T-S. Roots. And then after the root, the long stick, like, perfect. Coming out of the ground, the long stick-like object that brings the plant up into the air is called stem. S-T-E-M. Okay, two very important parts of the plant, roots and stem. Now, after the stem, we have some things that come off the stem. Leaves, yes. And remember, the job of the leaves are always quite high up on the plant because it's their job to catch the sunlight. So they'll be quite high up. L-E-A-V-E-S. And we'll use the plural term because all plants have more than one leaf. They have leaves. Now, what are the things that are on some plants, but not all, that we can pick and we can eat? Well, fruit first, yes. We can have types of plants such as banana plant, apple plant, strawberries, grapes, orange, raspberries, all different types of plants that produce fruit. So we can have F, R, U, I, T. And then another thing beginning with F, the pretty part of the plants, I heard. Flowers, yes, well done. F, L, O, W, E, R, S. Now remember, flowers are the colourful parts. Flowers can be many different colours. What sort of colours do you see, guys, when you see flowers? Pink, very good. Yes, we have the pink, orange, red, white, blue. Yes, lots of many different colours. And what we're going to do later is an exercise to see if we can match the flowers to the correct names. But next, we've got one more thing that we might have on a flower or on a plant. When it's a very baby plant, before it grows out of the ground, it's a, beginning with B, bud. Bud, yes. Before it becomes a proper, fully grown plant, it's a little small. Remember, we have seed. But after the seed has fertilized, it then becomes a bud. So let's write bud, B-U-D. And also, let's write seed, because that's how all plants begin life. S-E-E-D. Excellent, guys. So they're the main parts and stages of each plant. Roots, stem, leaves, fruit, flowers, bud, and seed. Excellent, very well remembered. And then another thing we looked at is how to categorize plants. And one of the ways we can categorize plants is based on their life cycle, which means how long they live for. And there was 3 main categories. The first category was for 1 year. Now, can anybody remember what category of plants do we say live for 1 year? Annual. Well done, well remembered. Annual means 1 year. So we call the plants that live for 1 year annual. A-N-N-U-A-L. Annual. Perfect. But then some plants also live longer than 1 year. They live for 2 years. And notice, guys, whenever it's more than 1, 2 years. And the plants that live for 2 years, biennial. Yes, biennial. Well, bi means 2. Like, for example, who has a bicycle? Anybody have a bicycle? Okay. How many wheels on your bicycle? 2. Bi means 2. So you can see here, like bicycle, B-I. Okay, so if we see something that begins with bi, it usually means 2. Like bicycle, 2 wheels. Biennial, 2 years. And then the final group of plants that live for longer than 2 years, so we can say 2+ years, beginning with P, perennial. Yes, well done, guys. Perennial. Rennial. So there are three categories based on life cycle. 1 year, annual. 2 years, biennial. And 2+ years, perennial. Yes. A good example of perennial plants are trees. Trees can live for hundreds of years sometimes, so they are all perennials because they certainly live longer than 2 years. Now, the final category of plants was based upon this here, flowers. What do some plants produce? Flowers. Yes. Now, does anybody remember what we call plants that produce flowers? Flowering, exactly. Flowering. And then other plants, some don't produce flowers. And they are called non-flowering. Excellent, guys. Okay, excellent. Flowering produce flowers. Non-flowering, no flowers. So remember, the non-flowering plants, they're usually only one colour. What colour are non-flowering plants? Green. Green, yes. Plants that have flowers are many different colours, but the plants that don't produce flowers are usually green. And that's a brief recap of the various things we've learned about plants at the moment. And guys, that was brilliant, very well remembered. And because it's a review lesson today, what we're going to do now is take a look at the PowerPoint presentation to review some of the other things we've learned about plants. So let's turn to take a look at the TV screen, guys. And now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, Plants Review. Yes, let's look at some of the things we've learned already. Plants are made up of many different parts. Yes, and we know some of these parts already, like our board exercise earlier. We had roots, stem, leaves, and flowers. They're the four main parts, but some plants also produce fruits. Roots anchor the plant to the soil. Yes, roots are usually the part of the plant that we can't see because they go underground. And you can see here all the different roots that keep the plant in place. Roots also absorb water and minerals. Yes, that's how the plants get their minerals and water. The roots will suck them in so the plant can have a drink. The stem transports water and food around the plant. Yes, once the roots have taken in the water and minerals, they then have to travel around the different parts of the plant. And this part here is the stem. You can see the long stick-like object that takes the plant up into the air. The stem also provides support to leaves and flowers. Remember earlier when I said the job of the leaves is to catch the sunlight. That's why the leaves are usually higher up on the plant. You see down below, no leaves. No leaves here. But as we get higher up the stem and higher up the plant, you start to see the leaves appear. And then at the top, the pretty coloured things, what are they? Flowers. Yes. Remember, whenever we see colours, we know it's flowers on a plant. Leaves capture sunlight to help make food for the plant. Yes. Even plants need food because they are living things. And does anybody remember the long words that we use for the production of food by plants? Ready, guys? Photosynthesis. Yes. And here's a good diagram that explains how a plant makes food. First of all, the leaves capture the sunlight, and the plants breathe in carbon dioxide, and they then produce food in the form of sugar. The food that plants produce is sugar. Plants are classified into two main categories: flowering and non-flowering. As we know already, the plants that produce flowers are flowering, but the ones that are mainly just green with no flowers, non-flowering. Non-flowering plants don't produce flowers. They produce spores or cones for reproduction. Yes, and you can see on this plant here, these round objects on the leaves are called spores. But these larger objects here are cones. Non-flowering plants include mosses, which are small and have no roots. And what color can we see in this picture? Green, and only green, because there's no flowers. So no flowers, no colors. But flowering plants have flowers that produce fruits and seeds. And you can tell the difference in this picture straight away. See the lots of different colors. We have yellow, red, purple, and white. And that's the colors of the flowers. A tomato plant is a flowering plant that produces fruits and seeds. Yes, you can see here the large red objects on the plant are the fruit, the tomato. But then if we cut the tomato open and we can see smaller round objects inside, these are the seeds. And you see these little seeds, once they fall to the ground, they help to produce more tomato plants. Annual plants are plants that will live for 1 year or less, maybe even only a few months. But 1 year or less is annual plants. Annual plants include corn, rice, and wheat. You can see the pictures here. We have corn, rice, and wheat. 1 year annual plants. Biennial plants are plants that live for 2 years. Yes. What type of plants can we see in the picture? Any idea? I'll give you a clue. It looks like the sun. Sunflower plant, yes. That's why it gets its name, because it looks like the sun. Sunflower. Examples of biennial plants include carrot, cabbage, and onion plants. So mainly all the vegetables. Vegetable plants are usually biennials. But then perennial plants live for more than 2 years. And examples of perennials: rose, lavender, and lily plants. Here we can see the roses. What color are the roses? Red rose, yes. The lavender, purple, and the lily, white. And you can see the flowers because the colors. Now, the main function of a flower is to reproduce. Yes, it's like the life cycle that we talk about. A flower is grown And then before it dies, it produces seeds for more plants. Each flower is made up of various different parts. Sepal, petal, stamen, which includes anther and filament. And that's the male reproductive part of the plant. But the female reproductive part is known as the pistil. And the pistil has the stigma, style, ovary, and ovule. Yes, and you see these little things here inside the ovules. They're the seeds. That's when the seeds will come from to grow more plants. Sepals are the outermost ring that protect the flower while it grows. Petals are the parts of the flower that have color and attract insects. Yes. So when you see a flower, if you have hold of a flower, all the little colored parts, they're the petals. Stamen is the male reproductive part. It has anther, which is the head part here, and then the long stick-like part, filament. Pistil is the female reproductive part. And this has 4 different parts to it. We have stigma. The stigma is at the very top. That's the part that catches the pollen. Then we have style, ovary, and ovule, where the new seeds are made. The stigma is the sticky part at the top of the pistil. And the job of the stigma is to trap the pollen grains. When you see a flower with a bee or a wasp on top trying to eat the pollen, that's where they are, at the stigma. You see, just like in this picture, you can see the bee or the wasp, and it's eating the pollen. And the pollen is on the top of the stigma. So we can say pollen attracts insects and other animals to feed off the flower. Yes, just like in this picture here. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was brilliant. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that we can review the various things that we've learned about plants and how some things are similar amongst all plants, but then other plants are different, such as some produce flowers and some don't. And now it's time for our stretch sequence, guys, so let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll have a game of Teacher Says, so listen carefully. If Teacher says, we can do. If Teacher doesn't say, don't do. So, hands on shoulders. Touch your knees. Teacher says, arms in the air. Teacher says, arms down. Teacher says, turn around. Teacher says, back the other way. Arms in the air. Arms down. Well done. Teacher says, one arm in the air, one arm down. Teacher says swap. Teacher says swap. Teacher says swap. Swap. Teacher says stand on one leg. Teacher says both arms in the air. Teacher says grab your hands. Teacher says swap legs. Teacher says arms by your side. Stand straight. Teacher says stand straight. And now, teacher says into a ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. Teacher says jump. Excellent, guys. And teacher says, please sit down. And what we've got now is a flashcards exercise for our students to demonstrate their knowledge of plants. Because what we've got the names of some plants and pictures of the plants too. And we're going to see if our students can correctly match the name of the plant with the picture. So teachers, what you'll need to do, print off the flash sheets for the lesson and separate all of the pictures and all of the plant names. And then what we'll do, we'll introduce the vocabulary and then give our students the pictures and see if they can match them to the correct plant. So the first thing to do, guys, let's have a look at some of the plant names. And we have 8 in total. So the first plant that we're going to look at, lotus plant. Okay, so if you get the picture of the lotus plant, make sure to match it with this vocabulary. So we'll put lotus plant here. Next we have moss plant. Okay, so can you remember what the moss plant looks like? Next one, conifer plant. So we'll put this one here. Now this one I think everybody will be able to get. Banana plant. Yes, we know what to look for when we're looking for a banana plant. The next one, cactus plant. Yes. Rose plant. Yes, so I think everybody will be able to remember what a rose looks like too. Next we have lily, a lily plant. So remember, some of these plants have the name of the flowers with them. So what we need to look for is the correct flowers, such as rose and lily. And then finally, we have sunflower. Yes, sunflower plants. So let's say them all together one more time together, guys. Lotus plant, moss plant, conifer plant, banana plant, cactus plant, rose plant, lily plant, and sunflower plant. Now these are all different types of plants that we've seen in previous lessons. What I'm going to do now is ask my students to close their eyes. When they wake up, one of them will have a picture of a plant. Let's see if they can remember which plant it is. Okay, so the first picture is with Net. Net, can you bring your flashcard to the front of class and show it to your friends? Okay, guys, so what type of plant do we think Net's got here? How do you know it's a banana plant? You can see bananas, yes. So we know it's the banana plant because of the bananas. So Net, banana plant. Can you find banana plant? Excellent, yes. So on top, perfect. So now we can all say together, banana plant. Net, can you say banana plant? Excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Net. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and do the same activity with your class. And remember to have a different student come forward with a flashcard each time. So let's see who's next. Okay, the next flashcard is with Nadia. So Nadia, can you bring yours forward for me? Let's see. Okay, let's look at Nadia's flashcards. Perfect, well done. You can see this plant has flowers. What colour are the flowers? So what colour are lilies? Yes, excellent. So Nadia, can you find lily plant? Perfect, very well done. So all together, guys, we can say lily plant. Lily plant. And we know it's the lily because of the lily flower. Nadia, excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Nadia. Next one. And the next flashcard is with Pat. So Pat, can you bring your flashcard to the front of class? Let's see what plant Pat has on his flashcard. Perfect. Yes. You see here all the small spiky things. This is what we know is a cactus plant. If we get near a cactus plant, we have to be careful because if we touch it, it might hurt. So now, Pat, can you find No, not that one. Not quite. Cactus. Cactus plant. Excellent. So all together, cactus plant. Pat, that was excellent. High five, big round of applause for Pat. Okay, so we'll keep going. Next one. And now it's Pak Bung's turn. So Pak Bung, can you come and bring your flashcard to the front? Now let's see what this brightly coloured plant is called. Sunflower plant. How do you know it's sunflower? Because we can see the flower, and what does the flower look like? Sun. That's how it gets its name. Sunflower plant. Excellent, Pak Bung. So all together we can say sunflower plant. Very good. Well done. High five. Big round of applause for Pak Bung. Okay, still got a few plants left. And now it's Lakgau's turn. Lakgau, bring your plant forward, please. And let's see if we can tell what plant we have on Lakgau's flashcard. Again, rose. How do you know it's a rose? Red. Yes, the main colour of a rose is red. Roses can be other colours, white and pink, but this one is a red rose. So Lakgau, can you find rose plant? Excellent, well done. And can we say together, rose plant? Lakgau, excellent. High five, big round of applause for Lakgau. Well, we still have 3 to go on this side. And now it's Chu's turn. So Chu, can you bring your flashcard to the front of class? Okay, and what can we see on Chu's flashcard, guys? Excellent, well remembered. Can we see any colours? No. So we know it's not a flowering plant, it's only one colour. What's the colour? Green. And this type of green plant is a moss plant. Well done. So Chu, all together ready? Moss plant. Excellent. High five, big round of applause for Chu. And now, our final 2 plants. Okay, now it's Down's turn. And we have 2 plants still to choose from. So let's see which one Down has on her flashcard. Can you show it to class, Down? What can we see, guys? Again? Lotus plant. Lotus plant. Yes, this is a very special type of plant, especially in Thailand. We see them all the time, and it's called lotus plant. So Down, can you place it in the correct column? Perfect. And all together, guys, lotus plant. Lotus plant. Down, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Down. And we have 1 plant left. So let's see who can do this. And now it's Prau's turn. So Prau gets the easy job today because there's only 1 plant name left. So come and show your flashcard to the front of class. And what can we see? Conifer plant, yes. Remember about the conifer is the type of plant that produces something called cones. So Prau, can you place it in the correct column on the board? And we can say together, conifer plant. Excellent, Prau. High five and a big round of applause for Prau. And now that we've correctly matched all of the pictures with the correct plant names, let's practice them one more time. Lotus plant, moss plant, conifer plant, banana plant, cactus plant, rose plant, lily plant, and sunflower plants. And you can notice the ones that are flowering plants are the ones with colours. And guys, that was excellent. Very well done. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. And in today's worksheet is a word search activity. We have lots of vocabulary relating to plants and the growth of plants. What our students need to do is find the words in the word box, and they can be going in any direction, where it has to be in a straight line. So first of all, guys, let's practice the words together. Flower, seed, compost, stem, root, plant, tree, water, petal, bulb, sun, leaf, pot, and grow. So these are the words we need to find in our word box. So make sure every student gets their own worksheet. And what's the first thing to do, guys? And give our students around 12 minutes to complete this activity and help them with anything they need. So let go for you. Here's your worksheet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Proud for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome down. Ned for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Nadia, here's yours.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Pat for you.
Thank you.
Pat Boom for you. You're welcome. And Sue for you.
Thank you.
So names on top first, guys, and then let's see if we can find the words. And I might come and help from time to time. So first one on the top, too.
Name.
F, L, O,
Your name.
W, E. What's your name? Okay, what's your name? Flower on the very top. Well done, Pat. Pat's found flower. Ned? And you can help each other, guys. Okay, what one are you looking for?
T or I.
Compost, that's correct. Well done.
This T, this.
That's right, compost. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to find the vocabulary relating to plants inside the worksheet in the word box. My students here all did an excellent job, so well done, guys. And that brings us to the end of our review lesson about plants. So we hope you've enjoyed it. found it interesting and now know a lot more about plants and their various features. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again soon.